friends, so I am coming back with another project today because I feel like they're so much fun, especially since we're all at home. And today we're going to be making paper flowers. These paper flowers look like this. Sometimes we use them in the classroom for decorations. I made these to make a flower arch in my room actually. I was feeling inspired by a flower arrangement and I made these. So they're really cool and they're really easy to make. I have some that are white, I also have some that are gray, I also have some that are pink, and I made kind of like a huge wall, like arc almost. And the only things, not ingredients, the only things that you need are some tissue paper. So I've got some white, I've got some silver, and I've also got some pink, and I literally picked these up at Target. They were only $1. And some string because you need to tie it. And then you also need some scissors, and they're super quick and super easy to make, so let's go ahead and do that. If you want to put these up, you can. I use this little, it's like little putty almost, and I just stuck it right on the back of the flowers, and then you stick them to the wall, and they're easy to get off and put back up wherever you'd like. So if you want to do that, feel free to pick some of that up. It's also at Target too. So let's start. So I bought the 50 pack of tissue paper at Target because each one of these flowers uses about 8 pieces. Or I think it's 4 because I cut them in half. I'm not sure. Let me show you. I'll use one of these. So let's start with the pink one. So the pink one says that it comes with 8. You literally open the package. And obviously it comes all folded up like this. And actually what I did is I left it half like this and I cut it in half because it was a little too big at first and I figured that would be a little too much. So you can cut it in half just like that. And then what you want to do is cut this in half because you don't need that many as well. So it was folded in half like this, and it used to be really, really long. I cut that in half, creating these 2 pieces. And then what you're gonna do is open it up, and now you're gonna have these 2 pieces, and I'm just gonna cut right up this line. So, just like So now you've got these 3 panels, 1, 2, 3 of tissue paper, and they have 8 pieces in them. So you need all of those. And now what you want to do is you want to go ahead and fold the paper, kind of like a paper fan. So you won't be able to see, but I can show you. So you want to do about like an inch, just like that. And you're going to fold it one way like this, and then fold it back the other way. So do you see how it creates like this fan-like pattern? You want to do that. So you're going to keep going all the way to the end to create like that paper fan kind of like appearance. So fold it one way, flip it the opposite, and fold it, and just like this. So about an inch, fold it, and then you want to crease it. Then you want to flip it the opposite way. Need a table. Fold it the opposite way, crease it, do it all the way to the end. Super quick. The kids should have no problem doing this. They might need a little bit of help creasing it though, until you get something that looks like this. So it's like a little, kind of like a paper fan, like that. And what you want to do is you want to take your string. You can also use pipe cleaners. I've seen it done like that before. So you want to take your string, tie it around the center to hold all of those creases together. So you just need a simple knot, nothing special. You won't be able to see the string, so it doesn't matter what color it is or what it looks like because you won't be able to see it. One second, let me just tie this knot. And ta-da, you have this. You just need to cut the string. And then you have to pick the shape of your flower. So I used, if you can see, the edges of this flower. I used kind of like a V shape, a simple V shape, but I rounded out the tips because I really like how that makes the flowers form. You could use like a U shape if you'd like. If you want it to kind of come out like a daisy, if you're familiar with what daisies look like, if you want it to kind of come out like a daisy, you can do straight lines, like cut straight lines on the edges. If you want it to come out, I don't know, kind of, what is that, a carnation? I'm not sure. It kind of depends. I would play around with it. You don't have to make your tissue paper this big. This size tissue paper is literally going to make a flower this big. That is literally the size of my head. You could cut this in half and then put the string here, having about like a 5-inch tissue paper, and it would make a smaller flower. You can play around with all of the sizes and your preferences for whatever you and your little one would like. But what you're going to do is you want to cut these ends. So like I said, I like to do like a little bit of a V shape with like a curved bottom. It's kind of tricky. Parents will have to help your little ones out with this because it can be quite difficult to cut through because it's quite thick. But you will cut through just like this. And make a V. This looks all right to me. I like the way this looks. And then here comes the fun part. So I did a lot of these flowers and I found many, many, many different varieties and ways to separate these because I ripped quite a bit. Since it is tissue paper, you want to be really, 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 really gentle, and you want to spread them out just like this. So I started with one side, doesn't matter which one, and I started spreading the tissue paper. And what I found is that typically this first piece gets a little tricky right here, so you want to be really gentle because if you pull too hard, it'll just tear. So, oh, see, just like I did. It literally will just tear. So just be really gentle with it. And you want to spread them out. The first piece, do you see how it kind of makes this like semicircle U shape on the inside? I like to pull it all the way in because I don't want to be able to see that string right there. So I like to pull it all the way in so that it creates kind of like the center of the flower and doesn't look separated in a way. And then the remaining pieces, I just separate and fluff them as I like. So do you see how the flower is kind of forming? It's a little bit hard to see because it's quite sunny in here. I apologize. Just kind of keep going. So these, this kind of shape of flower turns out like that flower that kind of floats on the top of lily pads. And I love those flowers, and that's kind of exactly what I was going for. But daisies are also my second favorite flower. And so I did make a couple that have that U shape on the edge versus the V. And they came out really beautiful as well. So I'm just about done. There we go. Oh, nuts. I accidentally separated two at a time. So that happens, and you just kind of have to go back and get it apart, which is quite tricky and annoying. There we go. But there you have it. Obviously, it's part of a fluffed flower. I like to pull the bottom one down to make it seem like it's kind of like sitting because I want it to look like the flower that sits on top of the lily pads on the pond. But yeah, it's super cute. And then we still have this other side. So when you do fold this, when it's flat, obviously, you want about 8 crinkles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, see, I actually made 9. If you have any less, the flower doesn't get as fluffy, and then you'll be able to kind of see into the center, which is, it just makes it super, I don't know, it makes it a little strange. So you want to do about 8 so that it covers the center of the flower and also has that circular shape of a flower. Let me separate this side and then I'll show you what it looks like. Because they're so much fun. There we go. Uh-oh. I want to be gentle because I just tore this one, but even if you do tear it, it's not the end of the world. It's okay. Since they're so fluffy, you can't really tell, and you might even be able to use it to your advantage. Okay, almost done. I swear when I'm trying to work fast, I get slower. Almost done, almost done. While you're doing this, you can think of all of the beautiful places that you'd like to decorate with these flowers. I chose my room personally because I love flowers and I have flowers everywhere in my room because they're beautiful. But there you go, there you have it. Can you guys see? I think the sun is just a teeny bit too bright. So you see how you can't see that string? You can't really see much of anything. I like to give it a little floof because I don't want it to look so like prepared, I guess. I just want it to be like a cute, casual mess, but still put together. But there you have it. That's what they look like. In the back, you obviously can see the string. I made them flat because I put them onto walls. I'll probably decorate this wall that you guys have seen with the little snowballs. Probably put them up there and make something beautiful. And I do that using that little blue putty. It's like $1 at Target, and it's like in, I don't know, it's by the locks and things. Feel free to ask somebody at Target where those are. Or order it because we're all picking up our orders too as well. So yeah, these are those. If you've got many different colors, you can make like a cool little flower arrangement for wherever you'd like to place these. They're really cool. I hope you like them and I hope you make them. If you do, send them to me, send me pictures of them. I'd love to see them because they are beautiful. So I will see you next time.